Free Comic Book Day 2017 is May 6th. Mark your calendar. If you guys want to be down here, we're giving out 20,000 comic books. Of course, we got the wrestlers back, Supreme Pro Wrestling. Look them up if you haven't seen them already. We got cosplayers, 501st, West Coast Avengers, food trucks, Wandering Boba will be down here. And as always, we have our creators, our writers, and our artists. And we're talking to a man who is both here today, Dan Bethel. All right, well, welcome back, Dan. You've actually done some of this before. We just haven't had a chance to catch up with you in a while to figure out what you've been doing.
Yeah, it has been a while. Been various iterations. First with Evan 07 and more recently with Long John, and now back again with Long John.
And now back again with Long John. So, when was the last time you were at Free Comic Book Day? You were not here last year.
It was the year before.
The year before,
right. When
you had the first Long John.
Yeah, it was the debut of the first Long John book, actually.
Look at that, guys. Debut, and we'll talk about something else he's going to be debuting at Free Comic Book Day May 6th in just a little bit. Mm-hmm. But since you mentioned it, let's go all the way back here. Okay. One of our other guests is Evan Burgoon.
Oh, no.
And I know we're going to sit you guys far apart, don't worry.
Yeah.
Evan 07 was your first comic experience?
Yep.
And so we'll tell them a little bit about it and how you guys got started.
Evan 07, going way back, it was just an idea, a character we threw around in high school when Evan and I first met. But
so he's from that place too.
Yeah. Yes. But we in 2007 we decided to make it into a comic book, a webcomic specifically, and we refined the idea. It was a humor espionage comic about secret agent janitors. That's the pitch. It's they belong to their own organization that whose sole duty was to clean up the messes left behind by action heroes like James Bond or whatnot. Just people blowing stuff up and someone has to clean it up, and that's where our guys were.
Then nobody sees them.
Nope.
So they get in, do it,
right.
And it's done.
Right. And but it was mostly about this cast of characters, and they would be going to their jobs, be doing their jobs, but their own stories would happen along the way, usually their own villains and villainy and just general shenanigans. So it was fun. We did that for 6 years. We started.
How many issues?
Oh, goodness gracious!
Because it was a webcomic first, but eventually you printed it.
Yeah. We eventually. Well, I have to use my hands. I'm an English teacher. So we had 2, and then 5. So 7 books in total.
7 books.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are they still available for people to be able to get if they wanted to check out your early work?
Some of them. I don't think they're available online anymore.
Okay.
And any physical copies would be in the local shops here around Sacramento. I don't know if you guys have any. I don't have access to the...
We've been cleaned out.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
So, thank you to all of you who picked those up. So, you'll just have to take a peek at it. Maybe Eben has a few copies since you don't.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about looking at Eben 07 and then moving into Long John is the art style is completely different.
Right.
I mean, you can see the traces there,
sure.
But what were you going for in Eben that you changed in this?
Well, Evan 07, the style I was really drawing from was animation. I was a failed animator. I took a lot of animation classes. I worked as an intern as an animator for a little bit, but didn't really go anywhere. But I liked the clean style. I liked very simple forms. And so with Evan 07, the art style was very much inspired by... I wanted it to look like still frames from an animated show.
Okay.
And so lots of clean lines, not a lot of detail, mostly relying on composition of frames, silhouettes, and colors, to be perfectly honest. And so because of that, I used a dip pen to get the thick to thin lines, very smooth look, something that could be easily animated, to be perfectly honest. And when that ended, I think my basic character structure, my basic anatomy is still the same in Long John, but the style is different, the tools are different, my aesthetic approach is different.
Okay.
I think with Long John, I was much more... Well, I guess the best way to put it is this. With Evan 07, like I said, I wanted it to look like an animated show. Okay. With Long John, I wanted it to look like a comic.
All right, that's fair. Because, it very much... Eben just seemed to be it's a little more flat.
Yeah.
With that from somebody who's
Eben
not
07, not the
artistic.
person.
No, not Eben. Eben is a very round individual.
Whoa. Well-rounded
Well-rounded
There was
individual.
a lot of stuff.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything by this, Eben. So when you came to this,
Mm-hmm.
you guys will see. Let's make sure there's. I mean, you can see there. If you're familiar with Eben, you'll know the difference between that and this.
Mm-hmm.
So then why don't we talk a little bit about Long John? Well, actually, before we do that, you said you were a failed animator.
Yeah.
Why? What was it about animation that you wanted to do? And then what ultimately drew you to comic books?
What drew me to animation was that it focused solely on character. I like. This is gonna sound weird. I like the body is what I want to say, right? But I like movement.
That's gonna be on a shirt. I like the body.
Yep, good idea. Copyright shared. But also, I in all my drawing, and to my deficit, I never really focused on landscape drawing or environmental drawings. I always focused on people. I liked positioning people. I liked trying to capture motion in a single image.
Okay.
And that's what animation is. Just between 10 and 24 images per second, right? And that was my downfall. I was too slow. And
Gotcha.
when I was interning as an animator, it was actually for this video game company that never got off the ground, but they kind of moved me over from animation to character design and storyboard, which was a much better fit for me. And it's a natural jump from storyboarding to comics, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
So.
And then it's from storyboarding to English.
Right. Yeah, it's a clear line.
Completely clear line. So you found once you got there, this was better for you.
Yeah.
Even though it was not the animation side of things.
Right.
But it allowed us to get things like this, like Eben. So Long John, guys, we've got 2 issues out now.
Mm-hmm.
He's currently working on the 3rd. Why don't you go ahead and give him a little synopsis of that?
So Long John, it takes place in the Sierra Nevada mountain range in 1881. It's a cowboy story that takes place in California. But Long John Walker was not in the fiction. He's a famous gunslinger with some of his buddies, the bounty hunters. Everybody knew him. He was the most scary gunfighter in all of California because he was known for his deadly accuracy at long distances with just a pistol. So he got the name Long John that way. However, that's before page 1. Page 1 of Long John, he wakes up next to Mono Lake. His friends aren't around. His horse is gone. No, his horse is still there. Sorry. His gear is gone. But more importantly, his clothes are gone. He's just in nothing but his long johns with
the hat.
No hat yet.
Oh, no hat yet.
He's got a streak of blood going down his face, and it starts as a mystery. What the hell happened? And it kind of brings in my influences on this comic, which are less westerns and more noir, more mystery. A lot of actually, it's going to sound super pretentious, but Akira Kurosawa. I'm a big fan of Yojimbo, and that has a huge influence on this kind of story that I want to tell. And it's a character study more than a complex plot. It's like basically the kind of premise was, how can I make a character from a Clint Eastwood movie cry? That was my motive. Right? How do I break down this symbol of masculinity and really mess with it, right? So it's basically him getting kicked a lot.
Okay, all right. And so if you're not a fan of Westerns, per se, why did you go with that?
That's a good question. Because it was, I like it was less being a Western, more where it takes place in the eastern Sierra Nevada mountain range. Gotcha. It's very desolate. It's very weird.
You spend time up there?
Mm-hmm. I spent a lot of time up there. And another way to look at it is that I didn't feel comfortable doing like a samurai story because if you can't tell, I'm severely white. And there is kind of a mystique, a samurai kind of flavor with the Wild West. Especially with the type of weaponry they have, where there's not fully automatic stuff yet. You know, if you have to pull back a hammer and pull a trigger, you have to make each shot count. And I could apply that kind of sort of wandering samurai ideologies and narrative to the Western pretty easily. It's something we've been doing for decades, to be perfectly honest. Plus, I do have a fascination with the history of it, and it just seemed like a good challenge, especially coming off of Eben 07, which was very modern, very urban and technological. But let's go the opposite. Anything where I don't have to draw buildings and cars.
Okay, that's perfect. That is perfect. Well, so 3, how far are we along on that then?
I'm about a third of the way through of drawing it. It's all written, but I'm just kind of in between classes right now. I teach at Sac State, and I'm getting penciling in and inking in and stuff like that. So it's coming together, albeit a little bit slowly. But once summer hits, I'll have a lot of free time to bang that sucker out.
That's actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
I mean, having that extra time to be able to sit down and do it. Because, guys, I don't know, unless you're doing it yourself, it's hard to imagine how much time something like this takes. I mean, from writing it, he's doing his own layouts, you're inking it, you're penciling it. So, you just be patient with all of us.
And just
on this
put a pile of self-doubt on top of that as well, and you got what it's like.
They're going to love it. I think you've gotten a pretty good response for this.
I have so far, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah, no, that's great, because you guys might have seen him over at CrockerCon, which is in October, which is great, and you're hoping to have it out by then.
Oh, yeah, I definitely will have it out by then.
There we go. He will have it out.
Oh, gosh, what have
Set
I done?
it here. We're going to make a GIF of this and just put it all over the CrockerCon's website.
Do it.
But for Free Comic Book Day, which is May 6th,
Yep.
you said you're going to have something that you've never done before here.
I have. I'm putting together. I've seen it done by so many other artists. I just never kind of put it together for me. But I'm going to be printing my first ever sort of sketch collection book.
Okay.
It's going to be 28 pages of just drawings, finished, and doodles and everything in between. Fan art of comic characters. I love fan art of people that of other creators, and it'll all be kind of in this book. And
Will there be any Youngblood?
No, yeah. There is actually a Liefeld.
Oh, look at that!
There is a Liefeld homage in there that I drew as a birthday present for a friend of mine. But,
okay, that is what I'm looking forward to.
Right, I tentatively called the character Blood Pouch. What? Awesome. Where'd everybody go?
I mean, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing
But
that.
there's some X-Men in there, and it's kind of stuff that because I don't. This is going to sound horrible. I don't draw very much.
Okay.
When I draw, I want to tell a story, and so that's when
That's fair.
when I actually pick up a pencil. It's usually to either do layouts for the comic or to draw the comic itself. So the one thing I've been doing on my website, longjohncomic.com, has been for a while doing what I call Sketch Fridays, where I try to have a new sketch and sort of associated write-up with it every Friday, just to get me drawing at the very least.
Keep you at the table.
Right. And that started up again at longjohncomic.com, and the series that's going to be coming up is actually me reinterpreting comic book characters I created when I was in high school. Right? It's a thing that I haven't mind. I'm like, why haven't I done this? So it's going to be great. It's going to just to look at those old characters again and see what they look like if I have all the talent and sort of sensibilities that I have now.
Okay,
So,
that is very cool.
Yeah.
So check out longjohncomic.com. And you can see what he's got going on. You can are there previews of these available?
Well, the comic is completely free online. So, yeah, all the pages are up there. The books do have stuff that's not available online, but as well as...
It's a backup story, right? It's not available online? Is that what I remember?
No, that is.
That is part of the online?
That is, but the books have updated content, some fixes, some tweaks, because let's be honest, online is now just a first draft. But, yeah, if you want to check out the story, it's on there, and there's some extra stuff that I include in the books just for those that purchase it. So.
Okay, well, go to the website, take a peek at the book. You've got a couple options here to get these. You can get them in the shop now, or you can wait till May 6th, come by his table, say hi, get him to sign them, pick up the book, and support the local creative talent. Thank you very much for coming down, sir.
Thank you for having me again.
And we're looking forward to Free Comic Book Day. It's going to be a good day.
May 6th, Empire's Comics Vault.
LongJohnComic.com.
Edinburgh.
He's a well-rounded individual.
So smart.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a gentleman and a scholar.
I don't know why you're saying so many nasty things about him.
Well, we weren't on camera then. But yeah, we are done.